Well, it is official, and the Test and Go program has officially been canceled here in Thailand. At least suspended until next year. Well, it is officially over. The Thailand government has just announced today that the Test and Go program is canceled, or at least it's suspended until next year. So the Thailand government met today, and their Committee on Public Health has decided just a few hours ago, today is December 21st of 2021, to cancel the Thai Test and Go program that allowed foreigners from about 63 low-risk countries to come into Thailand. They could take a test before getting on a plane, take a test once they got here, spend one night in a hotel, and once they had negative results, they would be free to go anywhere else in the country they wanted to. Well, that program, because of the variants being increasing in size here in Thailand, is now canceled. So the good news is that anyone who has already applied for a Thai pass and was coming in the next week or two under that Test and Go program still can actually come into the kingdom. The bad news is that anybody else who wanted to come in, that today they are closing registration for that program. And the other bad news is if you already had applied for the program and been accepted and can come in, you still have to take an extra test now at this point on day 7. So an additional test was added to the program. Originally, you only had to have the one test when you got into the country other than the one before boarding the plane. And once that test result came back negative in the evening, you were free to go wherever you want to. Now, this is not affecting any of the Sandbox programs. The governments didn't announce any changes to that whatsoever. So the famous ones, of course, are the Phuket Sandbox. That's actually the one that I came in under. And the Koh Samui Sandbox. But any of the Sandbox programs are still open and people can still come into those. The government said that they're going to re-evaluate this on January the 4th at the beginning of the year, but everybody's saying that because of the expansion and the variant, they have like 60 cases now, that more than likely that they are not going to reopen the Test and Go program anytime soon. So that's bad news. I know a lot of people are looking forward to coming into under that program, especially if they were coming in only for a 1, 2, or 3 week vacation. Good news is if you've already applied for it and been approved, you can come in. So things are changing very quickly. By the time I had got back from shooting that video to post it, 2 things had already changed. One of them is dealing with coming in under an existing approved Test and Go plan. So the information is correct that you can do that, but only until January the 10th. So if you were scheduled to arrive in Thailand under the Test and Go program after that January the 10th date, then it's pretty well over. Now, they are meeting on January 4th, but I don't think there's much hope that those existing passes will be any good. More breaking news. So it is not just the Test and Go program that has been suspended. It's also the Sandbox programs, with the exception of the Phuket Sandbox program. That one, apparently, they're going to continue to allow under the 7 days. But the others are suspended unless you presently have gotten into one of those Sandbox programs and you are arriving prior to January the 10th. Then the other programs are no longer going to be available for registration. I know that's going to be sad news to a lot of people that were wanting to come into Thailand for just a quick vacation, but it is the reality of what's going on in the world right now. Hope it didn't mess up anybody's trip who's watching this, but I wanted to get that information out since I did make the other video about how to actually get in under that program. So just a short video for today, get this out there since it is kind of breaking news. Hopefully, this information helps somebody. Take care, guys.